Do you want to help me make your breakfast? Okay, let's go. Can you wash your hands, please?
Why?
Just, it's always a good idea to wash your hands, right, when you're gonna cook.
People who are not in the military probably would think like 2 weeks is a long time to be separated from your spouse. When my husband leaves for a week or two, I'm like, eh. You know, it's not until he's gone for like a month or two that it's kind of a big deal.
Here you go, sir. Breakfast is served. Are you gonna eat more, Connor, or can I put the pancakes away? There's a lot of pictures of my kiddos, Colin and Connor, and our wedding photo from 16 years ago. My husband and I met at a summer camp when we were both in our teens. This is my favorite picture. It was the day he came back from Afghanistan. And he had jokingly said a couple times, like, I think I want to join the military. And I was like, I didn't think he'd actually do it. Wanna go?
He said, sometimes you just have to do things that you know are the right thing, even if it's like the hard thing. And so then I was like, well, that's a really good answer. And I can't really like tell him, no, you can't follow your dream.
Like the main road in Twentynine Palms. We moved here in August of 2009. I got out of my car and I just started crying. Grab your backpack. What's happening here? Why are we living in like the middle of nowhere? And I didn't know anyone or anything. And it was hard. I was so lonely. Up to that point, it was the hardest thing I'd ever done. We're off to base to go to a links class. I was still like new to Twentynine Palms and it can be pretty isolating. Went to a links class. That's kind of the biggest thing for us as military spouses is making connections and building community. And that's what we're all about at SpouseLink. The whole premise behind SpouseLink is to encourage spouses. My job is just to come and hang out with you guys. So kind of the point is that they want to have spouses be able to meet spouses and inspire spouses. And that's why we host things, because we want to encourage women to get out of their shells, to get out of their homes. I think it's important, especially with younger spouses, as an older spouse, kind of guide them and maybe help someone to not be stuck in their house for a year like I was. Like I do these events and people come up and like, oh, you're the SpouseLink girl. And you know, like they know me and I love that.
Thank you.
The company behind SpouseLink is AAFMAA. AAFMAA is the longest standing not-for-profit financial institution in the whole country. It's just like a special place. For one thing, they have a ton of veterans that work for them. These people just like are passionate about military. They just like love what they do. And one thing that I love about AAFMAA is that they don't only serve current military, they also serve retirees and veterans. So somebody who served like 4 or 5 years and then gets out, what are they eligible for? For most companies, nothing. But through AAFMAA, they still qualify for all the benefits of anyone who served any time in the military. Yeah, I love AAFMAA. The friends that you make and when your husband or spouse is in the military are people who you can be friends with for the rest of your life. I mean, I've had friends who I've called them at 2 o'clock in the morning and said like, I need to drop my kid off while I take my other kid to the emergency room because my husband's somewhere in another country, and no hesitation.
My day was half good.
Oh yeah, okay, tell me the good things that happened. I didn't know before I came here how much I needed other people, but I also didn't realize how strong I was. I love the mountains, and I think it's like magical the way that it's like so blue and then just so brown. And I always tell people like I was put in the desert because I needed reviving. I needed to step out of my comfort zone. I never imagined that this would be what I would be doing, but it's been amazing.